Entrepreneur Dr. Stephen Akintayo, having broken into the U.S. market in the last couple of years, is currently embarking on a number of projects in the U.S. totaling $200 million. Among the projects are a 99-acre green and smart golf estate, proposed to have 400 residential houses, $30 million worth of 89 units of 2- and 3-bedroom green and smart housing project in Richmond, Texas, to be completed in 2027, and a few others. Currently, GVest Investment, a subsidiary of Gtextholdings, is on an investment drive, giving people the opportunity to invest in the projects. Joining us now to shed more light on the projects is Dr. Stephen Akintayo, Chairman, Gtextholdings. Well, thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Thank you for having me. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
We thought to bring
this is for me?
Yes. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
These are good implications.
$200 million is a lot of money.
Yes.
You are relatively new in the U.S. market, and you're already embarking on projects of this volume. Isn't this too fast?
Well, thank you for having me. It's good to be here. So the U.S. market is a bit different from Nigerian market. First of all, projects like this, 70% of it is brought by institutional investors. So we are only just raising 30% of that amount. And if you understand how a good number of our clients already are frustrated with the investment they've made in Nigeria, and the fact that most of our clients, over 90%, are in diaspora. So they demanded for most of what we're doing now because they wanted to diversify their income. They wanted to have investments in foreign currencies. And so here we come. And we're sure we're capable.
All right. I know Dr. Obasi in his introduction outlined some of your projects, but can you walk us through some of them?
Okay, so at the moment we have about 4. It started with 1, then 2, then 3. One is a 99-acre land, and so we're doing half of the land we're selling. People can buy plots in them. And we're doing another 20 acres for a golf course. Then the remaining 29 acres, we're doing 400,000 units on them. Approval will take another 2 years. I mean, in the U.S., there are a lot of regulatory processes, and that's also why it's easy to embark on projects like this in developed world, because every step there's a lot of processes and regulation. You just have to follow through the step by step. So we're excited about that. At the moment, we're giving people opportunity. They can buy a plot. You can buy 1 plot, you can buy 1 acre in that particular estate, and hopefully by the year 2030, everything comes together. The second project is an 89-unit 2- and 3-bedroom in Richmond. It already has horizontal permits, so from mid-next year, we're starting construction on that because of the permits. The third one is Tidwell. Tidwell is just 12 minutes from downtown Houston and 15 minutes from the Bush International Airport. And that already has permits, both horizontal and vertical. So January, by the grace of God, we'll move to site for construction. And then the last one is our office. We acquired a $1.6 million office, but it has a big land in front of it in Katy. So we then want to build a commercial office on that as well. So that we're looking at 2028 for completion.
Well, I would like to ask about why all of this in Texas, and are there any current projects that are continuation or related to all of these past projects?
Well, so yes, the 99 is part of that. The office is part of that. But why Texas is because last year alone, over 500,000 people moved to Texas. This year is projected to be 1 million. Elon Musk has gotten approval. He's moving every of his business to Texas. We have so many companies as well moving to Texas. So we are projecting that the growth in Texas is friendly. Also, the tax is friendly. The tax system and everything about Texas, they're very warm. As we moved in, people, regulators, what we call Congress people started giving us a word. These are economies where people are excited and ready to support you, unlike in this part of the world where regulators think that they are your enemy instead of understanding that they are to support the success of projects,
Well, many countries at the moment are experiencing quite a bit of economic downturn. And many of these, your proposed projects, they stretch up to 2027, 2030, long term. Are these projects sustainable?
They are, because again, the rule of investment is that when the economy is bad is when you should invest. What happened is that you're able to buy at a cheaper price. So many of the lands, we're able to buy them at a very, very good price instead of what we would have gotten them if the economy is good. And just as we projected, Trump was going to win the election, economy is going to bounce back, and you can see that with the stock market yesterday, and things are beginning to. So for us, we timed best time to come into the market. We were sure that last year, this year, was the peak of the down run, and we're sure that going forward from next year, things were going to get better, and we're seeing the signs. So it's just how investment works. When people are running away, that's when you buy. When people are excited, that's when you sell. That's always a smart rule of investment.
All right, well, thank you for that insight. Can you also shed a little bit more light on the new office complex?
Yeah.
Is it fully operational? Are there staff on site? As of course, we know some of the projects are a little bit longer term. Yeah. What about the office complex?
Yeah, so the office is on now. We had to make that huge investment because we knew, people would be like, okay, where are you? We know you guys in Nigeria, we know you in Dubai, but in U.S., where do you stay? So we had to make sure we get something good. And so, yes, it's now operational. We're about appointing next year the new CEO for the U.S. operations. But we have other staff who have resumed, and we're running.
Tell us this about your Nigerian project. What's the status of the Nigerian arm of the business since it's a global? You're global now.
Yes.
You're global now.
We are.
Remember the days of humble. Beginnings.
Yes. Well, Nigerian business, we're still pushing it. As you all know, we're not immune to the economic challenges in Nigeria. It's a bit tough. Inflation, if you look at, even for the houses, one of the things we've had to do is slow down constructing houses in Nigeria because we realized that if you tell a client, pay us 100 million for a 3-bedroom, in 6 months, we probably need almost 150 million. And if you go back to the client and say, we need you to add more money, now they call you scammers and you start having issues. So we had to slow down that and are only gradually moving with customers who are willing to bear the cost of variation. And for us, these are very important because in anything, integrity is key and you just want to keep a good name when it comes to running business. But we're pushing, we're launching more estates, we're doing more site and services in terms of land. Our land business is doing very well. We're selling more land than housing units because that's a lot more easier for investors. I buy my land, I build it whenever I feel like building. And that's what we have pushed more now.
Well, what level of investors are you looking for? Because it looks like these projects, they are in the 9-digit range.
They're investors like you, Dr. Ruben.
I'm sure you are not looking for journalists. You are looking for the likes of Elon Musk.
No, not at all. People now, the good news is for the lands we're selling, the good news I would say as little as $10,000, you can make a deposit and spread the rest in 6 to 12 months. For normal investment, for people who are investing for annual returns, as little as $20,000. So it's open to everyone. We're not just the high end, but I think we're a bit reasonable. So you're welcome, Dr. Ruben.
When we hear dollars now, we get nervous. But tell me about the the investment response to Gtext, you know, for those who do invest in the current projects, when do they start to see their returns?
Well, so again, the good news is that we've gotten very good response. It's impressive considering the fact that, you know, we Africans are always skeptical when it comes to anything, project, investment, everybody, be careful. So what we've seen, I think, is very commendable. And I think that people are realizing that it's good we start, you know, coming together and owning our things. I mean, when you look at what the Indians have done in the U.S., what they've done in the U.K., we are not able to replicate that. I think it's largely because we only focus on being professionals, and we don't also look at the investment side of things, business side of things. And so we're impressed that we're beginning to, beyond just even people investing with us, people are encouraged to say, so I can be in the US and not just look for a job. I can start my business, you know, so it's been an inspiring one. As for returns, it's usually based on the terms of the contract you have with the company, right? And you get your returns based on what has agreed. Yeah.
Okay. Real quickly, how can people learn more about all of these projects, you know, and be part of it? Is there a website like...
I think there's a QR code. I hope they can project it so you can scan. We've done several videos where you can just watch and explain step by step, you know, how you can be part of us, what you can do, the people to talk to, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for this beautiful cake.
You're
really
welcome.
lovely.
Happy birthday once again.
From your friends at Gtext.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We'll go straight to sports right about now. We've got Aaron Akirjala coming up next with Global Sport.